Hey everybody, you are listening to Come At Me Show with reigning champ. That's me, Tim Keck. Wow, what a week. What a time. What a time to be alive. This episode, grilling. That's our topic. And I'm going to get to that soon. But first, again, if you guys reach out to the show, email, voicemail. I didn't get any voicemails this week, but I did get a lot of emails. So that's good. Emails are great. I love emails. Reach out to the show if you can. Email comeatmeshow@gmail.com. Leave a voicemail at 862-505-1376. 862-505-1376. Oh, is it too desperate? Starting the show off with a call to action of emailing and leaving a voicemail. You can if you want. You don't have to. I can do this by myself. I like it when people participate, but I can do it solo. I don't care. Flying high. Flying solo. The Washington Redskins changed their name. That's how off topic I am. Fuck grilling. We'll come back to it. I love grilling, but we'll get to it. Washington Redskins have officially come out and said they were going to change their name. Love it. All for it. Redskin seems offensive to me. I don't know. I mean, at least if you're talking about like the Seminoles or something like that, it's like, oh, that was an actual tribe. That was a group of people, the Seminoles. You know, there's lots of places, you know, in Florida especially, named after, you know, Indian tribes, Native American tribes. And that makes sense to have, like, a real name. But I don't think there was ever a tribe out there referring to themselves as the Redskin Nation. I don't think that was... I think it was just always a mean thing to say. But, you know, it looks great on a losing team's jersey. So they stuck with it. Boy, oh boy. What if they change the name and the Redskins just become, like, win the Super Bowl? What if this year they change their name and they go on and they win it all? People will be like, yeah, we should have done this a long time ago. That'd be the ultimate karma. And then we'd also have to watch the Redskins win and deal with annoying Redskin fans, I guess. Do I know any Redskin fans? I don't know. The obvious names, I was looking at some of the lists. Obvious name, Washington Red Tails. That seems like the way to go. Red Tails, great. I think it was like the Tuskegee Airmen. Isn't that the thing? That seems like too on point. It seems like too good a name. You keep the word red, which I guess is somehow important to football fans or Washington fans. You keep red, you throw tails on there. All of a sudden, it's a nice positive message supporting the first African American. What were they, like a flight crew, flight squad, flight team? Their first, I don't know. What do they call it? Oh God, what's that movie called? Oh man. Goose, Maverick. Oh my God, I can't think of it. What is that called? What's that movie called? Top Gun.
Sorry, what are you asking?
No. Oh, I tried asking Google and and it didn't work. And then I remembered Top Gun. Yeah, Top Gun. They're like the Top Gun. They're like the Top Gun, but it's like the first African American Top Gun team. So that's rad. That's awesome. It's a huge accomplishment. It's great. It's patriotic. It's a perfect name for a team. The Washington Red Tails. But I like the teams that are named after animals. You know me. I love a good animal. So I did a little Googling, found some common wildlife in the D.C. area, and I'm just going to throw some out there as possible, new names for the Washington, formerly Redskins. Common wildlife in D.C., bald eagles. Okay? I know there's a Philadelphia Eagles, but, make it bald. Throw a bald in front of there. Now you get the bald eagles. Okay, that's a bad one. That's a rough one to start with. How about this? The Washington Bats. The Washington Bats. That'd be great. We don't have any teams. I've never heard of a sports team called the Bats. Bats are crazy. They drink blood. They fly around at night. They eat smaller critters. They freak people out. They swarm. Bats are scary, man. Bats are terrifying. I wouldn't want to play the Bats. Plus, okay, this has been like a point of mine for like a long time. Like a belief that I want is like to really reinforce in sporting events the home field advantage. And I think they should be like genre, like specific to the team's identity. Specific, like for example, you know me, UF alma mater, the Florida Gators. We play football in an arena called the Swamp. Why don't we turn it into a real swamp? Get it like watery and marshy, and like put maybe real gators in there. Just make it a real fucking swamp. And then the advantage is that we know that it's a swamp, so we've been practicing in a swamp. And then when somebody comes here, they're like, oh shit, these guys actually play in a swamp. And then that's home field advantage. Then part of being a Florida Gator football player is learning to, survive in a swamp environment. And that would change the sport. It would make it more entertaining. It's like, isn't there that football team, the college team, is in Boise State where they have like a blue field, and then they have blue jerseys? Like that's cheap. That's a cheat code. We should all have something like that. Florida Gators turn into a swamp. Bats. If it becomes the Washington Bats, just turn off all the lights at night. Get your football players night vision goggles. Boom. Perfect home field advantage. Perfect home. If you're talking about turning around a franchise and going on a winning streak, the likes of which the league has never seen, you cut the lights, you get them night vision, and the Washington Bats go for it all. Win it all. How about this? The Washington Chimney Swifts. That's a small migratory bird. They roost in chimneys, which is where they got the name. They lay a clutch of 4 eggs. I don't know. I just Googled Chimney Swifts. It looks like a little tube with wings. They are weird blunt-nosed birds. Washington Coyotes. That's a good one. Coyotes. They're fun. They're crafty. In a lot of lore, they're tricksters, right? In Native American lore, the coyote, the trickster god, like Loki of Native American culture. I don't know. Coyotes, there's something there. Deer. No, that's a bad one. How about this? The Washington Ducks. Okay, we had the Mighty Ducks. Now let's go Washington Ducks. That's good. Ducks fly together. Then you just bring in all the duck iconography. You do the flying V every once in a while. Listen, the Washington. We'll be honest. I would love for your team to turn around and go win it all, considering the good karma you're getting from this nickname change. But if you're gonna suck, you might as well suck in a fun way and invoking Mighty Ducks imagery for a bunch of people who are gonna be nostalgic for it. I mean, it's great. It'd be great. It could be a hit. How about this? The Washington box turtles. That's one. The eastern box turtle, native to the D.C. area. Turtle. We don't have a turtle. We don't have a turtle mascot in professional sports. They've got hard shells. They're masters of their environment. If we're doing this home field advantage thing, I mean, you could flood half the field and get these guys flippers, and then another great home field advantage. The other team shows up and they're used to playing on dry land. Fuck you. You're in the Turtle Dome now. And now we're all in the water together, battling it out. Washington box turtles. The Washington Owls. Owls are fun. You could do the night vision thing again. That's good. Okay, not many of these are good then. The Washington Squirrels. Wow. That's great. The Washington Squirrels. You could put a bunch of trees on the field and have the players jumping from tree to tree. So it's part of it is being agile off the ground. There's just a lot of great team potential here. Go nuts for the Washington Squirrels. There's all kinds of nut puns. Suck on these nuts. If you're not a squirrel, a Washington squirrel, you're either a Washington squirrel or you're sucking these nuts. I don't know. There's something there. The Washington Possums. That's maybe the most fitting animal for the Washington Redskins, because you trick them. The opponent comes in and they're like, "Oh, these are the same old offensive Redskins. We can beat up these Washington football teams." And so then you just get your ass kicked. You get your butt kicked the whole first half of the game. Then the first 3 quarters. And then the fourth quarter comes around. What? Turns out you were playing possum the whole time. You're really alive. The team's already got their subs in, and you score 5 touchdowns, come ahead, you win the whole game. I mean, guys, these are powerful animal imagery for these Washington mascots. Okay, last one. Best one. Washington Woodchucks. Come on. The Washington Woodchucks? You got alliteration. WW. Great name. It sounds great. It rolls off the tongue. Woodchucks. Woodchuck wood. I don't know, you get a player named Wood. There's got to be somebody on the team with like a Wood name. I don't know, Woodchucks. Just great. Everybody holds up wood. What if everyone in the stand, you're handing out like inflatable logs? Oh, you know what? You know like those inflatable clapper things that they have at sporting events? Like the tubes, like the colored tubes, and you bang them together? And they make noise? What if the Washington Woodchucks gave those out to their fans, but they all look like logs, right? And then you're just banging the logs together. I mean, there's a lot of wood stuff you could do. You have all the concession stand food is served, and it all looks kind of like a log of some kind, so everyone's like a wood, you're chucking on some wood while the game's going on. I mean, this is real. These are great ideas, and Washington would be foolish. They're foolish for not bringing me in, I gotta say. These are too good. I don't know what I've been doing, but I've been getting, that's triggered this, but I've been getting a lot of push notifications for the Calm app. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I'm more of a Headspace guy myself, but they are just different meditation apps. Different ways to listen to soothing voices. Talking and telling you what to do, telling you to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, feel the energy going through your body. I like Headspace. I try to meditate a bit. Calm, I guess, is Headspace with meditation stuff, and now what they're doing to separate is they're just getting celebrities to narrate meditation stuff. Is it sleep? I think meditations, they're guided meditations from celebrities, but all the ones I've seen are like for going to sleep. Like, have the celebrity talk you to sleep, and the celebrities don't make sense. I keep getting notifications that Eva Green is available to talk me to sleep on the Calm app. Eva Green, maybe the hottest woman on the planet. Eva Green, beautiful. I can't name a movie she's in. She was in like the sequel to 300. She's gorgeous. Oh, she was in Casino Royale. Oh, this gal's a knockout. She's gorgeous. And now what? I'm going to get in bed and just have her whisper to me until I fall asleep? That's not going to work for me. I'm going to pass out from all the blood rushing below my waist. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you just faint from having one of the sexiest people on the planet talk you to sleep. That's not helpful at all. That's not going to make me more relaxed. Having a beautiful woman tell me things while I'm trying to go to bed? I can't concentrate. Unless it's just setting you up to have the same sex dream about Eva Green every night, which, I mean, maybe that would work. Maybe that would be good. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to help me. I don't know how that's going to help me fall asleep. Laura Dern. I've been getting ads for Laura Dern on here. Laura Dern. What am I supposed to... Why am I falling asleep to Laura Dern? What is she going to talk to me about? What is she going to explain what her character was doing in that Star Wars movie? Is that... I'd listen to that. I don't know if I'd fall asleep to it. But I want an explanation, Laura Dern, showing up in one of these awful Star Wars movies. You know, if you just told the crew what your plan was, you could have saved us 30 shitty minutes of screen time and a whole visit to a useless planet, Laura Dern. Thanks a lot for that. You owe me an explanation, Laura Dern. And if you're not explaining your character in Star Wars, what are you doing? I'm gonna fall asleep listening to Laura Dern? Ugh. It's Eva Green or Laura Dern. Those are the options. I saw one for Matthew McConaughey. That I get. That I'm on board for. I don't know what it is. I don't know how many people I would be willing to fall asleep listening to, but McConaughey's up there. 100%. I would listen to McConaughey talk to me about anything. I saw True Detective. I know he's a master. He's a master of the spoken word. I've seen his Lincoln commercials. I'm all in on McConaughey talking to me. Man, just falling asleep having McConaughey just like tell me a story about his life. You know, just real slow. So I was This would be a great bit if I could do impressions. If I had a Matthew McConaughey impression or somehow a Laura Dern impression. I don't. I'm bad at impressions. Yeah, so McConaughey, I don't even know. I've heard Matthew McConaughey, but every time I try and do an impression, it's an impression of somebody I've never even heard before. I have no concept of what it would take to get an impression going for this. So yeah, I'm probably not going to get the Calm app. anytime soon. I don't know if I need it, but they're obviously hiring celebrities. So yeah, I'm hoping this podcast continues to blow up as it has, and maybe someday you'll be falling asleep listening to this guy talk. I could just tell you about I don't know, the weather, what's going on, give you my theories on Laura Dern's character from Star Wars. I don't know. Or you can just listen to this now while you're falling asleep. I could, that's the next podcast I should do, is just trying to talk people to sleep, do a little ASMR or whatever, and just calmly, coolly talk everybody to sleep. But that's not really my thing. I prefer to yell into the microphone. That is my MO. Falling asleep, calmly. Check it out. They're not a sponsor. But if enough people go to the Calm app and say, Come At Me Show sent me, maybe they reach out to me. So keep that in mind. This week's topic, grilling. Grilling. Guys, you know me. You know I love a grill. Tim Keck, grilling. You can't say one without the other. You can't have one without the other. I love a good grill. Before I lived in my current apartment, I was living in a smaller apartment. Now I have a backyard. Backyard, very cool. Very uncommon in New York, it feels like. Some people in Brooklyn have a backyard. A lot of people don't. A lot of people do like street. You go out in the street and you grill. And so I was doing some of that in my previous places, where you just go out on the stoop and you light a little charcoal thing, and you grill out, you cook out on the street, listen to the music of New York, the music of the street, and which is really just the music that is coming out of whatever car just parked down the street. And I don't know, I can't stand that. I already got this recording interrupted a couple times because the neighbor just comes out and opens all the doors in his car and blasts music for no goddamn reason. That seems like a New York, a Brooklyn special to me, is everybody just opens their car doors and blasts music, so you have no choice but to listen to them. So those are the options for grilling in New York. You go out to the stoop, you set up your little $20 grill that you got at the bodega. You make some hot dogs and you listen to the sound of the music and that fat bass in your neighbor's car. And so that's cool. But then I moved to this apartment, which is great, and it has a backyard. And I was like, okay, Tim, grill game for real. And I got a big, nice Weber, like one of those metal kettle ones. It's like gold on the outside, and I love it, man. I was grilling all the time. We were having people over to grill, smash cut to COVID, and now nobody's over to grill. But we are leaving the apartment. So, yeah, no more backyard. Moving to a smaller place. Gonna have a little bit of a balcony, but I don't want to be grilling out on the balcony. Not with this big golden god of a grill. It deserves better. So, probably gonna have to sell it. And then, what? Maybe I won't be grilling anymore. Maybe it's gonna be a while before I grill again. No backyard, no grill. I think maybe it's just living in New York that I feel a lack of permanence in my living situation. I think it's something about renting. If you own your house and you own your property and you're like, this is where I'm gonna be for the future, you can put down roots, man. You can spend a little more on your sofa. You can plant some shit in the backyard. You can really make it your own. But now I've just been renting different apartments, and I don't even want to hang stuff, because whenever I hang something, I'm like, I'm just going to have to take this down in a year. Really, a year is more than a long enough amount of time it's worth hanging something if you're going to be in a place for, I don't know, what's the limit? A couple months. If you're in a place for a couple months, hang a picture. Why not? It's going to make you feel better. But I don't know. I don't want to hang anything. I don't want to buy anything. I don't want books. I don't want any material possessions. I just want to be a drifter, so I can just, pack up 3 boxes and a duffel bag and just walk to my next apartment, my next location. I don't want to be held down with anything. And I guess that includes the grill. So the grill's got to go. And other than that, I'm looking forward to moving. I'm looking forward to the purge of stuff. Every time I move, I just get rid of all my old clothes, donate it. I mean, I don't even know how I'm going to donate it now because none of the donation places are open with all this COVID stuff going on. But yeah, but I'm excited. You get to purge. Purging stuff is great. Living the minimalist lifestyle is fantastic. And I mean, I guess I'm barely living. I mean, I have a computer and a big TV and all this other stuff. So I don't know how much of a minimalist I am. But, I'm getting rid of a lot of clothes, getting rid of a lot of junk. I just have a bunch of paper. Ugh, I don't know why you don't even need paper nowadays. You don't need more than a folder's worth of paper nowadays. But for some reason, I have a shit ton of paper. So, gonna purge all that stuff, gonna get rid of the grill. And it's devastating. But I got excited about grilling one last time. That'll be cool. I'm going to do a couple more grill outs before we move, and then I'm going to try and sell the grill. I'm going to try and sell it, and it's bittersweet. It's sad. I'm disappointed it's leaving, and I couldn't really find the words. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say on the pod about the grill that I'm getting rid of, so I just decided to put those words into poetry. So here's a poem I wrote called Ode to the Golden Grill. O golden grill, thine fiery chalice made me feel like a king hanging out in a palace. We'd roast hot dogs from pigs, burgers from a bull, and the guests wouldn't leave till their bellies were full. I was the grill master, but we'd all take a turn, and if you weren't careful, the food would all burn. A fire needs fuel, coal and oxygen matter, but I think the grill fed off our joy and our laughter. I'm moving away, and I can't take you with me to a place down the street. I'm still in the same city, but there's no backyard there, and you need room, not to be locked on some balcony like a tomb. Selling you seems too cold, like my heart is a blizzard. A grill chooses its own master, like a wand chooses a wizard. May you find a new home where the parties are chill. I'll love you forever, my golden grill. Alright, on to some emails. First email. Hi, this message is for host of the show, Tom Keck. Alright. I'm obviously a huge fan of the show. I hope this doesn't sound too dumb, but I've always been curious, how come it's good to eat steak that is undercooked, i.e. medium rare, etc., but how come we don't do this with chicken? Like a medium rare chicken. I can eat raw fish, but not a warm chicken? That makes no sense. Best regards, your pal, Matt Strickland. Matt, thank you very much for writing into the show. It means a whole lot. Yeah, why can't you eat raw chicken? I don't know. For some reason, chickens carry diseases, and that's the meat that we all eat the most, right? Everyone eats chicken. It's like the vanilla of ice cream flavors, or what is it? Isn't like butter pecan the most popular ice cream flavor or something like that? It's something weird. Chicken is the most common meat, I feel like. Everyone's eating chicken. Why is that the one we picked, and that's the one with the diseases in it? You can't get salmonella from eating pork or beef. You can't get salmonella from anything else. But for some reason, we picked the little bird animal, which, by the way, tastes delicious. I'm not attacking chicken. I'm not criticizing chicken, but it's riddled with diseases apparently that you just have to burn out of it. You gotta burn the diseases. It's crazy to me that we have all these chickens. I mean, really, the meat production industry in this country is crazy. And, they're doing all these crazy things to these animals, and they're pumping them with steroids, and they've got all these, selective breeding stuff to create the most perfect, pristine pieces of meat and chicken and whatever. And we can't get rid of salmonella? How have we not gotten rid of salmonella? How is that not a thing? People should be doing it. I looked it up. You can, in Japan, they will actually eat, raw pieces of chicken. I don't think it's super common, but it is done. And let's see, I wrote it down here. It's a specific type of chicken called shamo, like Shamu, but with an O at the end. And these chickens are fed wasabi leaves. And apparently wasabi leaves fed to the chicken can destroy salmonella. So if you get a salmonella-free chicken, you can eat it raw. Which must be great. I don't get the appeal of eating. I've never seen raw chicken and been like, oh boy, I can't wait to take a bite of that pink raw chicken. Raw chicken looks gross. It doesn't smell great. I don't love raw chicken. Raw beef, you got like a raw steak. I'm all in on a raw raw steak. I want a bloody piece of beef. I want a medium rare hamburger. I want the cow still moving when I'm eating that thing. It looks good though. Even like ground beef, I'm like I feel like I could eat some. I don't, but I'm like I could eat some raw ground beef. It seems, for some reason, the color seems more satisfying than just a raw chicken. At no point have I ever looked at raw chicken and been like, oh, this'll be good. This is the good stuff. So I don't know why anybody would eat raw chicken. It's a completely different thing. I don't think it tastes any better, and it could kill you. So yeah, why do chickens have salmonella? Matt, I got no answers for you. But you should cook your chicken. You'll get diseases if you don't. If you're just eating raw chicken, and keep eating raw fish. I mean, you can eat raw fish. Raw fish is cool. Raw seafood, fine apparently. But yeah, you gotta cook your chicken. Let's see. I've got another email here. Let me grab that. I've even read about like beef. Beef looks good. Raw pork. Even recently, it's become more and more acceptable to eat like pinker pork. Like pig's something you're supposed to cook all the way through. If you get like a pork chop or something, it's supposed to be cooked all the way through. But now, looking at like grilling blogs and stuff, yeah, I love a grill blog. A little pink on the pork, never hurt anybody apparently, or not enough to stop anyone. So get out there. If you got a little pink on the pork, it's fine. No salmonella in that, but pink in the chicken. You best start thinking about cooking it for longer. Grilling. Timothy. Ooh. That's how I know it's someone I've known a long time. If I get a Timothy, my own mother doesn't call me Timothy, but if it's an old friend, I get a Timothy or a Timmy. Timothy, what is your take on people saying, come over for a barbecue, and then they're just grilling out? Wow. Great question. There is a distinct difference, but not enough people respect it. Lovingly, Hill. Hill, I love you. You're a man among men, and you're a titan in the industry. Whatever industry you're in, you're a titan. Grilling, yeah, cooking out, barbecue. These are all different things. Come over for a barbecue? I don't even know what that means. Barbecue is like a genre of cuisine. Barbecue, if we're talking real barbecue, we're talking low and slow, baby. We're talking smoking meats. We're talking rotating like hard firewood underneath this thing to get the right temperature for the right period of time. We're talking like full day roasts. We're talking overnight smokes. That's what real barbecue is. If you go to a barbecue restaurant, you don't get a hot dog. You don't even get a burger. If you get a burger at a barbecue restaurant, it's got stuff on top of it. You get a burger and you get barbecue pork on it. You get barbecue, barbacoa. You get hot links. You get something that's been there for a long time. If you come over for a barbecue, grilling, cooking out is like hot dogs, hamburgers. It's all stuff that cooks like real fast. And the thing about cooking out is like it's the social. It's a social thing because you're cooking together. The cooking is an active thing, right? You don't invite people over for a meal normally and then just be in the kitchen cooking the meal while people are waiting all the time. Like, that's not fun. But grilling, people come over, they talk to you on the grill. They're throwing stuff on there. People are bringing different things to grill. I mean, it's a community aspect. But that's the thing. It's a grill. It's a cookout. It's over fire. It's for short periods of time. We're talking your burgers. We're talking your sausages. Maybe like chicken. But barbecue is its own its own genre, its own type of cuisine. I mean, if you're talking barbecue, there are like places in the South that don't even think beef belongs in barbecue. Like beef isn't real barbecue. There's people out there who think that it's not real barbecue unless it's a whole hog. People in, I think it was Tennessee, do whole hog barbecue. They smoke a whole hog overnight, then they take their metal instruments and they chop it all up, and that's barbecue for them. Low and slow, long period of time. You're not doing that at a cookout. You're not doing that at a grill. Low and slow. A barbecue takes time. And a cookout, you just don't have the time. I feel like the delineator is chicken, right? We were talking about it before. You got to cook chicken for longer than you got to cook a burger, because if the burger's raw or undercooked, you can eat it and it's still great. Chicken, it's time. Chicken is going to be the longest thing you're cooking if you're at a cookout. But it's not really long enough to be barbecue. Are people cooking chickens for 12 hours straight in a smoker? Maybe. You could do it. I don't think you get that much out of it, though. I think the reward of cooking a chicken for longer than 2 hours is minimal. You're not getting much out of a chicken. And it's only barbecue chicken because it's got barbecue sauce on it. That's not even the grilled chicken. There's people who are like, come over for a barbecue, and then they're making pizza in like an oven attachment outside. That's not a barbecue. That's a pizza outside. What are you talking about? People use this all the time, though. I've seen like a million of these like blogs. Host the best barbecue, summer barbecue, summer barbecue. It's not. You're cooking out. You are cooking out. If you think you're having a barbecue and you're inviting friends over to stand around the grill and watch you putter around like a fool, it's not a barbecue. God, I'm getting riled up just thinking about this. Great question, Stephen Hill. Barbecue, cookout, two different things. And if you don't think there's two different things, then you're only having cookouts. I don't even know. How do you even host a barbecue? You stay up all night smoking some meats and you invite people over to eat barbecue. If you don't have like ribs out there, it's not even close to a barbecue. All right? If you're not doing, I don't know, like a pork shoulder or something, it's not a barbecue. Jesus Christ, I'm so fired up right now. All right, it is now time for Tim Keck's Top 5. This week we're talking barbecue, so I'm going to do Tim Keck's Top 5 favorite things to grill. Yes. Tim, you talk about grilling so much. What do you want to grill, bud? Well, let's start at the bottom. Number 5, burgers. Who doesn't love to grill a burger? Burgers, easy, fun. Toppings. You can have so much fun with toppings, right? Different cheeses. You want to look like a pro? Have cheese options at your next cookout. Not a barbecue, a cookout. At your next cookout, have some different cheeses. Let the guests pick their cheeses. Different kinds of meat. You can have fun, man. Fat burgers, thin burgers. They've all got different cooking times. It's an experiment, man. All kinds of good stuff. You can have any kind of burger, as long as you're toasting those buns, man. I don't care. That's a pro move too. You gotta toast those buns. Separates the boys from the men. You come over to my place, you're getting a well-cooked burger the way you want it, which the way I want it is medium rare. I'll say that right now. I spent a long time making people burgers that they thought were gross because the standard I have for the things I eat is so low. I would gladly eat a medium rare to what's more rare than that burger. If it's still mooing, I'm down to eat it. I love some red meat, but a lot of people don't. And for a while, people would come over and I would just cook burgers the way I liked them. But no, that's a boy move, man move. You know what people want, and you squash the shit out of them. Err on the side of overcooked. That's what I've come to know. What I think of as overcooked is what the vast majority of people who've come over really want in a burger. That's what I figured out. You got to figure out what other people want. There's so much variety in a burger. You like it one way, somebody else likes it another way. It's the pancakes of grilling, right? If you go to a diner, oh man, this would be a great episode too. Just talking about like the best foods, like the goal foods. If you go to a diner and you can judge a diner on the pancakes, it's a simple thing, But if they're done well, you know it's a good diner. If you go to a cookout, and someone grills you a burger, and it's a good burger, wow, you know that person. That person knows their stuff. Got their shit down. Again, fun things you can do. You can put some onions in there. You got fun sauces. You got some peppers. I mean, there's a ton of other things you can throw on the grill. One of them might be coming up later on my list. That you can then put on top of the burger, and you're a god. Burgers are awesome. I've been doing a lot of like digging into burgers. Been watching a show called Burger Show for a while with this host Alvin, and he just goes and eats different burgers from different places. Been following this dude named the Burger Scholar who was on that show, and this is just a guy who loves burgers and travels around the country eating different kinds of burgers. And they have these episodes where they make a burger together, and it's gotten me thinking more about burgers. I love grilling at a burger. It's on the list. But if you really want a great burger, if you go out to eat and you get a burger, it's not going to be a grilled burger. It's going to be made inside. It's going to be made in an oven or a flat top. I've never had a flat top, but you go to Five Guys, you go to Shake Shack, they're all being grilled right on a flat top, and they're being squashed, man. That's like the new, I don't know if it's new, but it seems like the way that those like fast food, the $5 burger goes. It's on a flat top, you squash it down a little bit, you got all kinds of variety there too. You got all these kinds of regional burgers, they're all made on a flat top. There's one that I want to try in like Oklahoma called like the Onion Burger, and it's like a bunch of beef, and then it's just a bunch of like really thinly sliced onions, and while you're cooking it, you're pressing it down, and it all becomes this big onion burger, flat, crunchy mess. Oh my god, it's so good. So burgers on the grill, phenomenal. Burgers on the flat top, could be great. Equally great. It's wild. That's the fun thing about grilling to me too, is you've got stuff that you eat all the time or you have more access to, and it's just a fun, different take. A nice way to mix something up. A different style, a different approach on the usual burger that you're probably eating when you order it. Number 4, skirt steak. I love a good skirt steak. I love a good steak. Just what I was talking about with the burgers though. A steak, a real steak. You get a T-bone, you get a porterhouse. I'm making that in the cast iron on my stovetop. I got butter, I got garlic. It's all done in the butter. I'm like scooping it on there. Maybe throw it in the oven for a quick second if you like it a little more well done. But the superior like steakhouse steak is done inside. Hate to break it to you. Skirt steak's the exception. It's a nice thin steak. You can throw it in a little marinade for a couple hours, drop it on the grill. It's quick, it's easy, it's so tasty. I love a skirt steak. If you're grilling out on a steak, if you want a steak for grilling out, grab yourself a skirt, man. Pull up a skirt, saddle up to the grill, and get ready to have a great time. Number 3, brats. I love a bratwurst. And I'll say it, better than a hot dog. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people out there horny for hot dogs, and I am not one of them. I don't know what it is. When I was sick, when I was a kid, they always made me sick. I always got sick from eating hot dogs. I got sick from eating like Spam, anything that's like processed meat. And maybe I've just never gotten over that. A grilled hot dog, I can eat, and I do eat them, and they're tasty, but it's because they're grilled and they're charred and they just feel firmer and they feel better. A grilled hot dog is better than any other kind of hot dog. But New York's famous for these, what do they call them, dirty water dogs? You go up to a vendor and they just have dogs sitting in this like hot water. Ugh, gross. I never understood that. Boiling hot dogs? Ugh, what are you doing? Boiling hot dogs is some of the saddest shit you can possibly do. Just standing over like it's pasta or something, just swirling around. Swirling around. These hot dogs in some gross water, brat, superior in every way. They taste better. They're easy, okay? You buy some brats, you can drop them right on the grill. They take a little longer than hot dogs. You know why? Because they're not cooked already. Hot dogs, you can eat a hot dog raw. They're like they're like chicken in Japan. you can take a hot dog right out of the package and eat it raw. It's amateur stuff. It's boy grilling. You want to be a man? You want a man grill? You get yourself a brat. Brat's easy. You drop them right on the grill. If you want to get fancy with a brat, you can. Boil them. You can boil them first. I know, you're saying, oh, it's sad. What's it? It's just like a hot dog. Nah, because this time you're using beer. Throw some beer in a skillet on the stove. Get a little soak on those brats, then finish them off on the grill, man. That's next level shit. You got onions, peppers, all kinds of toppings for a brat. Oh, good stuff. And again, don't forget to toast that bun. Number two on the list, whatever a friend brings. Grilling, cooking out is about community, man. I have an open door policy when it comes to somebody coming with a cookout. What do I bring, Tim? I don't know. Bring something to drink or something to grill. And you'll be surprised. People show up with random sausages. They swing by a butcher house, not a butcher shop or whatever on the way to your place. Somebody brought a fish once. We just grilled a fish. I don't know how to grill a fish, but we did it. It was great. It's fun. Weird vegetables? Sure, let them rip. Throw it all on there, man. Experimentation is key. Keep pushing the boundaries. It's a community project. Remember, if a cookout, it's a process. You're inviting people over to enjoy the process with you. All right? Otherwise, you would have invited them over to eat hamburgers, right? You would have invited them over for hot dogs. But no, they came out to grill. You're all outside together. You're all shooting the shit. You got a beer in one hand. You got a spatula in the other. And you're just living it up, having fun, pushing the boundaries of yourself as a chef in your friendship. Number 1, Tim Keck's top 5 things to grill: pineapple. Wow, pineapple. Tim, a fruit at the top of your grill list? I don't know. You don't know? Then you got to try it. It's amazing. It's candy. It's straight up candy. Pineapple, better on the grill. Get it a little charred, throw it on there, let it get soft, let it get warm. Delicious. It's straight dessert. If you come to a Tim Keck cookout, you are getting some grilled pineapple. It's a Tim Keck staple. It's become expected of me, and it's a nice, wonderful treat. You've all had your meats. You've all had your stuff. And I like to go around with a little plate of grilled pineapple when I'm done, when everyone's done, when everyone's cooling down. Little tasty, sweet treat to cap off the night. Or you could take that pineapple, number 1 on my list, throw it on top of burgers, number 5 on my list, and now you've got a pineapple hamburger, man. You're welcome. Give it a try. Grilled pineapple on a burger, it's amazing. Pineapple, it's the best fruit to grill too. It's by far I've tried other fruits. Peaches, awesome. Grill a peach, delicious. I tried grilled watermelon for some reason. That's trash. Saw some recipe online that's like, oh, put salt on your watermelon and then throw it on the grill. Why? So you can make this most refreshing of the fruits suddenly, parching. Suddenly you can dehydrate the most moist waterous fruit, liquidy fruit. I can't say it, but you take this beautiful, wonderful, juicy fruit, you dry it out, you salt it up, and then your mouth goes dry while you're chewing on it. It's taking everything that's refreshing about a watermelon and making it unrefreshing. Making it the exact opposite of refreshing. Defreshing? It's defreshing you. Pineapple's the way to go. Sweet, cheap. Oh my god. For some reason, I just found out. I didn't just found out. I knew this. But if you buy a whole pineapple, it's cheaper than sliced pineapple. How crazy is that? You can get way more. It's like $6 for some sliced pineapple, or a whole pineapple for like $2.50. Fuck yeah, man. I'm always getting my whole fruit. 1, it's cheaper. 2, you get to cut it, which is the best part of fruit. I love chopping up some pineapple, doing some nice rings, getting some chunks, feeling alive. Man, oh man. That's why pineapple is the number 1 choice on Tim Keck's top 5 things to grill. Number 5, burgers. Number 4, skirt steak. Number 3, brats. Number 2, whatever a friend brings. And number 1, pineapple. And that, my friends, is our show for this week. Wow. Way to go. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. As always, keep those downloads going. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Keep spreading the word. Sharing the gospel that has come at me show. Again, don't forget to leave a voicemail. 862-505-1376. That's 862-505-1376. Next week's topic is going to be, I don't know. Oh, man, normally I come up with one during the episode. Next week's pets. Let's do pets. I want to do, should I get a pet? Should I not get a pet? What's a good pet for New York? What's a good pet for other places? What's the best pet? What's the worst pet? Have a funny pet story? Send it my way. You want a take on whether or not you should get a pet? Ask me. So that's it. Next week, topic is pets. Of course, feel free to reach out with whatever you want. Come at me, show@gmail.com, or leave a voicemail at 862-505-1376. Wherever you're streaming, feel free to rate and review 5 stars. 5 stars. Thank you very much for listening, and the king stays king. Bye.